But like Cheryl said earlier, we commend all of you. My name is Dilnaz Bilamoria. I have my colleague Pradeep Kanthan and I have my colleague Krishani. Please, yeah. And we're from the Communities Council on Ethnic Issues. I'm wondering if I even need the mic. Yeah, just waking all of you up. So my name's Dilnaz, and we're all from the Communities Council on Ethnic Issues. We have a nice acronym, easy to remember. It's called COEI, so CCOEI, so we call ourselves COEI. We're not going to run through all the slides on this presentation. Just Google COEI and we should come up. If something else comes up, that's not us. Just putting it out there. And I have to say ni hao and namaste and salam alaikum to all the other multicultural and everyone else here. So COEI actually started this year, coming up 40 years ago. And it was, so we're coming up to our 40th birthday. And it was actually started by a small group of migrants, Dutch, South African, some of the other Europeans, who just felt that they needed a place where they could come together, eat their food, talk their language, maybe do a dance or two, and just feel that sense of comfort away from home overseas. And from those original members, some of whom are still there, not on the committees, but still there as part of our guests, we have grown today to be a completely... Guys, come in here. Yeah, I thought they'd gone off to get the food. I'm joking. So, and today we're a completely volunteer-driven organization. So we do not have a single person who's a paid employee or a paid volunteer. It is truly from our hearts that we give to the community. We're across 7 councils. Thank you, Anna, councillor from Manningham, for doing the hard yaka and sitting through. So, so we start from Monash, and then it's Boroondara, Whitehorse, Manningham, Knox, Maroondah, and Yarra Ranges. So the entire eastern belt of 7 councils is with COEI. We meet once a month on a Friday, the first Friday of the month, and we're very grateful to the councils, like many of us are here, for sometimes hosting us. Everyone is welcome to attend our meetings, and our volunteers can be like us, who are, long-term, but we can also have volunteers to join us for a Refugee Week event or for a community barbecue picnic. And this time round, for our recent community picnic in the first week of March for Cultural Diversity and Harmony Day, I think I lost track of the number of volunteers who came, from flipping barbecues to cleaning the dirty barbecue afterwards, and everything in between. And, some of them are here who attended our event and hope I enjoyed it. I'll now give it to Pradeep.
You can choose the song that you want to play. I'm not going to sing, but I'm going to tell you something, that it was amazing to see all the other volunteers and those organizations. They're doing amazing work, and they're doing it from their heart. And what they're doing is tangible. You can see it. Our organization is a little different. We also have some amount of tangibility, but you cannot see it. It's in the world of advocacy. We have a very important role when you talk about birds and the bees. Somebody spoke about birds and the bees. We're actually the bees. We go from one flower to another flower and help them pollinate. So our congregation, if you want to call them, is all of the local government organizations. They need a feedback as to what's happening in the community. So we are the conduit, we are the representatives of the communities, and we pass it on to the organizations. They review their working, they look at what has to be done, and they go back. I'm hoping they go back every time after having our tea, and they go back a little wiser than what they came into. Because that's our main core, that we are in the advocacy area. So the tangibility of it is through us. And these volunteer organizations that you saw before us, they have their tangibility is available in front of you. I also want to say that over the years, the demographic change in the eastern area has changed a lot. The requirements are different. And communities have formed their own organizations to support themselves. But yet, there's a need not really to hold somebody accountable, but there's a need to transmit that information to those who are at the policy end of the multiculturalism. Now I'm going to hand it over to our young volunteer. She's been much longer in the organization than me.
And I think that's the beauty of CUI that we have. It's always rare and hard to get younger volunteers. People are busy, with jobs and paying the bills. So I'm very proud personally of seeing Krishani, who has been with us over a decade, or almost a decade, and through her master's, through her bachelor's, through her education, through her work, she has stuck to the knitting and been with us.
Thank you, Dilnas. Hi, everyone. And then I'm Krishani. So I joined CUI a little bit longer. So, and then only 3 of us here, but we have a big group behind us. Because of their work commitment and other personal commitment, they can't be here today. And also, I want to thank Evie for recognizing us, the work we do here. So thank you, Evie. And then how do we sort of inclusive in that get into the category? We have different age groups. We have different work of lives, and then we have different skills. And then that's how we just roll for these past 40 years. And then, so thank you for having us. And then, again, I would like to thank for the opportunity and then recognizing us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And I think this lady needs the biggest thanks.
Thank you.
Being so patient and professional.
Oh, thank you very much.